Good evening, everyone. I'm Krista Hines, Executive Director of Hudson River Housing, and I'd like to welcome you to our first ever virtual event, Evening at Home. I'm sure that none of us could have imagined that we would be going through what we are all going through today. I know we would all much rather be physically together if we could be, at Queen City Lofts and Zeus's Brewery. But I am just so happy that you are able to join us in this way, and hope that you are all safe and well in your own homes this evening. These past 2 months have been a whirlwind, a total bombardment of information, late-breaking news, so many conference calls and Zoom meetings. But amidst all of this, I recently read something that really resonated with me, and the message was this: we are not in the same boat. We are in the same storm, but not the same boat. And I really stopped to think about that and just how true that is. I am very fortunate. My family is healthy. I'm here in my safe home, primarily working remotely with steady income. But I know that this is not the reality for so many others. I know that the short and long-term effects of this pandemic are being experienced in vastly different ways by my extended family, my colleagues, the community, and the world. Some people are more vulnerable than others and are suffering with anxiety and fear. Some are grieving the loss of loved ones. Some work in essential jobs and have to be there on the front lines. And some no longer have jobs to go to. These really are unprecedented and very challenging times. For me, I know that when I'm feeling especially uncertain or facing a challenge, I check in with my priorities and my values, what really matters. And the values that matter most to me and to Hudson River Housing are being there when people need us, rising up to the challenge, being innovative, being fair and equitable, and most importantly, responsive. In addition to sharing with you how Hudson River Housing has been responding in this time of crisis, this evening's event has always been dedicated to showcasing our annual community builders. We selected this year's community builders way before this pandemic hit, and when you listen to them speak later in the program, you will see why they are so fitting for this award, especially in times like these. And with that, I'd like to start with a tour of how Hudson River Housing has risen to this formidable challenge and continues to be there for our community when our community needs us the most. Hi everybody. So here I am at 150 North Hamilton Street in the city of Poughkeepsie at the Dutchess County Pods. But before I talk about why I'm here at the Pods, I just want to give a big shout out to our Upcycle team who made the beautiful mask that I'm wearing today. Upcycle is one of Hudson River Housing's employment and training programs. And normally our Upcycle team is busy working at the underwear factory, in the printmaking studio, or in making other items out of reclaimed building materials. But when this pandemic first hit, and since it's been going on, they've made hundreds of these masks that we've been able to give out to all of our residents and our staff. So we're really thankful to them. I'm so proud to say that Hudson River Housing is in the heroic company of the many essential workers that are out there safeguarding the lives of our friends and neighbors. And when the pandemic first hit, our primary focus was ensuring that our staff and our residents were healthy and safe and equipped with all the critical supplies they needed. And that priority continues each and every day. And in line with that, on March 20th, together with our partners at the county, we relocated our entire emergency overnight shelter operations here to the Dutchess County Pods. As many of you know, Hudson River Housing operates the only overnight shelter for the homeless here in Dutchess County. So relocating our entire operations over the course of a few days was quite a monumental task. All of our staff at HRH have really stepped up in remarkable ways. Everyone has embraced the fact that we are essential community responders and has risen to the challenge. But Nicole Johannesson, our Director of Resident Services, really stands out. Nicole has stopped at nothing to be there for HRH and for those we serve. She has literally been at these pods nearly every day since we opened on March 20th. And in addition to being here at the pods, she continues to oversee all of Hudson River Housing's residential services that are fully operational at this time. Nicole works so hard and cares so much, ensuring that all clients are fed, cared for, informed, and responded to. And I could just go on and on. But I'd like to now ask Nicole just to say a few words specifically about our work here at the pods.
Okay, well, thank you, Krista. You know, our staff have been great. They come every single day. We have over 110 guests a night. They've come when they know that someone has been diagnosed with the coronavirus. They wear their masks, they wear their gloves. They work hard every single night to make sure they're fed, their medical and mental health needs are met. Trying to find housing other than the shelter, permanent housing for our guests. They really go above and beyond every single day and night for the people that we support. We are now a 24-hour operation. The guests do not have to leave. They can stay and they can work on obtaining benefits, obtaining housing. They get all their medical or mental health treatment here through the phone with their providers. And staff have really been great, making sure that no one during this time is going without. So we are very fortunate for that. I love the people we support and serve. I love the fact that we're helping people go from homelessness to permanent housing. We're giving them back quality of life. We're giving them hope and purpose. So for me, and I've been doing this for a very long time, and I think that's the reason why I do it.
And this is why you're so good at it, because you're really dedicated and it shows.
Well, thank you. But I also have I have really good staff, and they work very hard at all the resident services sites. So it's not just me, it really is the team. And it also is our facilities crew, our kitchen crew, our executive director, our director's team. So it's really not me, it's really the team of everybody. So I'm very fortunate.
Well, we all are, and we have a very special guest that just happened to walk up on the street, which is so exciting. I think most of you probably know Tommy Zerhallen, but for those of you that
brought in the big guns.
Yes, we did. So for those of you that don't know Tommy, he was the amazing Marist professor that walked across the country last summer, like 3,000 miles to raise awareness for homeless veterans and veteran suicide.
That's right.
And we've partnered with Tommy now for a few years, so we're really happy that you just happened to be walking
I just happened to be walking by the pods here. It's a beautiful day. And Nicole, I know your son is in the Navy. Is that true?
Yes, he is.
I'm a Navy man. What's his name?
His name is Anthony.
Well, they say the only job tougher than being in the Navy is being the mom of somebody in the Navy. So
That is true.
I hear you're doing amazing work. I hear you're the most essential of all the essential workers here.
I don't know
at
if
the
that's
pods.
true, but everybody is doing their part, so we're a team.
No, that's what I hear. That's what I hear.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So Nicole doesn't know that I invited her here today to say a few words about the pods, but the real reason that I asked Nicole to come here
Dun, dun, dun.
was because Nicole is the first recipient ever of Hudson River Housing's Community Builder Award for staff. So, and I asked Tommy to come because, as you all know, veterans and military families are really important to Hudson River Housing.
That's right.
And we know that Nicole has a very personal connection to someone in the military right now. Her son is in the Navy, and Nicole works countless hours and is so dedicated, but I know that her heart is always with her son and she's concerned about him. So in addition to a certificate that we're presenting to her today, and a card with a little gift certificate in there, we made a little collage in honor of her son and her daughters there, and her dog, because I know her dog is really important.
Dogs are important.
And it's just, again, to acknowledge what you've done for us, and that you're really a hero to us.
You are a hero.
Thank you very much. I wouldn't be here without all of you, so thank you. Thank you.
It was such a gift to have Tommy Zerhelen as our special guest presenter. Tommy is a 2019 community builder, another amazing local hero who continues to do so much for our community. Tommy and the VFW have been busy, making hundreds of sandwiches. Tommy personally raised several $1,000s on his birthday. He's published articles on HRH's work, and he is literally there on a moment's notice for anything we need, like just walking down the sidewalk with an award in hand when we need him to. It was so fun to surprise Nicole with that special honor, and as you can see, Nicole is so humble, and she is always turning the spotlight onto someone else. We work very closely with the Dutchess County Commissioner of Community and Family Services, Sabrina Marzuka, who refers to Nicole as an angel, and we certainly agree. Next, I'd like to take you on a little trip to our Hudson River Lodging location, our largest site where we provide 117 units of affordable housing and critical supportive services. You'll get to meet even more HRH heroes there. Here I am at our Hudson River Lodging facility. We serve hundreds of formerly homeless and low-income individuals and families here. This facility is also a resource for families that are literally homeless and in need of emergency housing. Our number one priority is always the safety and well-being of our staff and residents. And when this pandemic hit, that became more important than ever. Our facilities and housekeeping team have been working around the clock to ensure the facility is sanitized and clean. Our care management team has been checking in regularly with the residents to make sure that their basic needs are met and that they are both physically and emotionally well. At any given time, we serve upwards of 100 children here at the lodge. And during the school closure that we are all experiencing, the amount of meals that we have been producing has had to significantly go up. In a few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to Ritu Betty, our food service manager, who has been absolutely incredible and very nimble in modifying our meal production to ensure that social distancing is occurring and that meals are served in the safest way possible. We quickly went from serving meals in our dining room to preparing bagged breakfasts and lunch and takeout dinners. Our volunteers have been absolutely incredible, and you will soon see them really stepping up at a time when we really needed all hands on deck. Christine Courtwright, our resource development coordinator, has been wonderful coordinating all of the generous volunteers that have reached out to us to help. I really can't say enough about our staff here at Hudson River Lodging and really all throughout our agency. We've always been a really strong team, but we have come together in even more ways, and I just couldn't be more proud or more thankful to work with such an amazing group of dedicated professionals. I'm here now with Ritu Betty, our food services manager, that I was just talking about how great he's been through this whole pandemic and how he's really had to modify our operations to make sure that the residents here at the lodge and all throughout the organization were given the safe food and in the proper way. So now I would just like Ritu to say a few words and introduce himself to the group.
Hi, I'm Ritu. I'm the food service manager here at Hudson River Housing. I work with a lot of great people here, my crew, and also the volunteers. We've had to change our menu plans for our clients since this pandemic started. For breakfast, we've been giving them bagels, danishes, yogurt, fruit. Every day we try to mix them up. And then for lunch and dinner, we've been giving them takeout meals, a sustainable meal so they can take their meals up to their room and eat. And I couldn't do it without the help of all the volunteers and also the crew who's working here and at the other kitchens, and a couple of the guys are off today. But we couldn't do it without the help of all the volunteers and our crew here.
Great. Thanks, Ritu.
You're welcome. Since we had chopped meat out already, So he made handmade burgers also, so those are gonna be even better.
Wow. It's so good.
I'll give like 4 packs.
You do this every week, the cheeseburgers?
On Thursday nights, yeah.
Oh, Thursday.
Thursday night, burger night.
Nice.
Fridays usually fish.
Yep.
So tomorrow I think we're gonna do salmon tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Hold this car in front of us.
Okay. These videos provide a glimpse into our response, and as you can see, our important work continues in very big ways and is a testament to how much home matters. We're providing more than double the capacity in our overnight emergency shelter. We're providing over 600 meals to the homeless and food insecure every day. We're reaching out to the 700 plus residents in the HRH family. We're connecting to 100 plus small businesses offering language-specific information and support. We couldn't do any of this without our countless volunteers and donors who have been nothing short of miracle workers. The generosity of our community has been incredible, coming through especially when we need them the most. With countless bagged breakfasts, lunches, hot dinners, delivering coffee, water, and so many other essentials. The HRH staff are true heroes each and every day, and they all shine so brightly during these dark and uncertain times. The silver lining around all of this is how often we check in with each other, express our gratitude for each other, and support one another. Our staff Friday email chains, share inspirational photos, messages, things to make us laugh, you name it. It's a simple way to come together and support one another. These simple things show we care and support one another. They keep us strong and focused. Every day I am amazed and inspired by staff's dedication, compassion, and their unwavering desire to help others. Committed community responders now and always. As you can see, our team at Hudson River Housing continues to rise up and is so dedicated to serving our community. In addition to our frontliners, the senior management team, admin staff, and really all of us at HRH, including our board of directors, are working hard to ensure our community has access to the critical information they need most right now. We've conducted hundreds of vulnerability surveys with our residents to truly understand localized need and have created our own emergency response fund to provide timely financial assistance to our most vulnerable neighbors and residents, many of whom are facing significant challenges accessing the resources that are available. At HRH, our plan is clear. We continue to focus on what matters most, the health and sustainability of our community and our organization, and our mission of improving lives. I am so proud to say that our vision and our team is as impassioned and committed as ever. As I mentioned earlier, our event tonight is dedicated to showcasing our community builders and all the heroes out there, the many essential workers and our volunteers serving our community. I really don't think there is a more appropriate time than now to recognize these incredible community heroes. Our recipients tonight are individuals and organizations that continue to be there when our community needs them the most. Karamia Bakioki and Hope on a Mission, Jeff Amon, Holy Trinity Church and School, Ann Saylor from Dutchess County Government, and Yvonne and Frank Flowers and family. These community builders are all connected by the powerful attribute they share, their commitment to improving lives and communities. They serve our community in remarkable and special ways, and it is Hudson River Housing's great honor to recognize them as our 2020 community builders, most appropriately in this time when we all need community builders the most. Please join me as they each share a few remarks with us.
Hi, Krista and everyone from Hudson River Housing. Karamia here from Hope on a Mission. I want to say thank you so much for awarding myself and all of my home team that for Community Builder Award. We're really grateful to be able to contribute to the community in such a really big way and meet people where they are and love them through food, clothing, and personal needs, and guide them towards better choices for their lives. We're really grateful to be able to partner with Hudson River Housing and the many other agencies, social services, the City of Poughkeepsie, in our endeavors to improve the lives of the homeless addicted women and men in the streets of Poughkeepsie, New York. And thank you.
I was really moved when I was first told of this award. It kind of made me look back and think about things, and it seems I've spent a good portion of the last 10 years in the Main Street area. And sometimes people ask me, like, why? You know, it's the worst part of Poughkeepsie. Well, I think the Main Street corridor is Poughkeepsie. It's the place where you walk down the street and you see people from all walks of life. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you see the diversity of the city of Poughkeepsie and their strength in that diversity. Most importantly, I just met so many people, organizations that are doing good work in the city of Poughkeepsie. They're all working to, lift City of Poughkeepsie up to its, quote, potential. And people have made a big difference. I can't say enough about Krista Hines and Hudson River Housing staff and the good stuff they've done. You see it everywhere. And I just want to say thanks to Krista and the staff. And I want to thank also the people that have come and helped with activities whenever I've asked. So keep up the good work.
Hi all, this is Anne. When Hudson River Housing reached out to me about this award in February, I was really taken aback and honored. And I'm even more grateful today, mostly for the opportunity to put on some real clothes and a little makeup, so thank you for that. I was also really pleased that this was going to happen at Queen City Lofts, which I think epitomizes what I consider the best of community development. It has housing, it has affordable housing and some higher income housing, and has businesses in Main Street, and it's an infill lot in our downtown. So I just think these are the kind of projects that we have to continue to do. An award like this makes you think about your career a little bit, and it made me realize that a lot of my favorite projects in my careers are ones that I have done with Hudson River Housing. There are the Queen Anne townhouses on Garden Street, which I get to see every day from my new office. There is the turret at Harlow Row, which I love every time I drive by. And of course, more recently, the stunning adaptive reuse of the Poughkeepsie Underwear Factory. So I'm just so grateful for all the hard work that Hudson River Housing does and for allowing me to be a sort of a little part of that. Often when we do projects, people thank me or thank the county for participating. What I try to remind people is the people who should really be thanked are the taxpayers, the people who vote for the people who support these programs, so that Hudson River Housing and my office can do what we do. So I hope that you take as much pride in the projects that you see as I do, and give yourself a little pat on the back. And with that, I'd just like to thank everybody again for this award, and I hope that we can all celebrate in person at some time soon. Thanks, and stay safe.
All right. All right.
Okay,
Take 95.
Hello, everybody. I'm Yvonne Flowers.
And I'm Frank Flowers.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's keep it rolling.
Just having some fun with this.
That's it.
So we want to thank Hudson River Housing for awarding our family the 2020 Community Builders Award. We appreciate the honor, and we also appreciate the opportunity to be able to work with Hudson River Housing out in the community to help people with the resources that they need. My dad is for many years, for over 2 decades, actually.
At least.
He has provided a platform to bring people together to help help encourage one another, to help lift one another, you know, to find the resources that we need out there to help a community thrive. So when he passed, we decided to step in and try to, to keep his legacy going. So we're trying. We're trying very hard. I'm trying to keep up with him because he's just like my dad. Just like to keep adding things to it. But that's what happens when you're with a person who has a very compassionate heart and really wants to do so much for people out in the community. So we're trying to keep up with everything. But the thing is we have a lot of support out there too. We have a lot of volunteers that help us out because they share the same compassion and want to help. So we thank everyone who has been there in our corner to help continue my dad's legacy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn it over to Frank because, he's the one that really loves to talk.
I do want to just add, it's like basically what she's saying is thank you very much. Our father has laid down the groundwork for us to build an amazing foundation, and we just keep growing and growing, but due to people like yourself and all the other people like volunteers and other organizations that help us. It's an amazing thing that he started, and we love doing it, we enjoy it, and to just be a part of something like this is absolutely amazing. So hopefully for many years to come, we're able to continue with your support. Thank you very much for this award. We appreciate it.
Great, thank you. And we look forward to continuing working with Hudson River Housing, along with the many other amazing organizations in our community. As you can see, we have a lot of laughs. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you again to our community builders. We're also extremely grateful to our countless volunteers, supporters, and sponsors that continue to partner with us. This pandemic is really shining a spotlight on just how important home is. Hudson River Housing's mission is founded on that concept, that safe and affordable housing is simply a basic human right. And I don't think there has been a time in our lives when home has meant more or mattered more than now. And speaking of home, we definitely didn't think we would be opening one of our most impactful and significant new residential projects during a pandemic. But I'm so proud to say that is exactly what we did. After several years of construction and extraordinary efforts by a remarkable team, I'm proud to announce that just a few weeks ago, we opened the doors to a beautiful new residential community, home, for 78 very happy and grateful residents. I'm very excited to now have you join me as Mary Ling, our Director of Real Estate Development, takes us on a tour of the new Fallkill Commons on Rose.
This is Mary Ling, the Director of Real Estate Development for Hudson River Housing. Now, this will undoubtedly be the fastest tour of 65,000 square feet that you will ever experience. The images speak for themselves, so let me share some of the particulars about the building, the process that got us here, and what we have learned since moving 78 residents in over an 8-day period, with a social distancing plan that ensured staff and residents alike were kept safe. Fallkill Commons on Rose is comprised of 17 and 18 Rose Street, 2 buildings on 1.3 acres on either side of the north end of Rose Street, off the 400 block of Main Street in the city of Poughkeepsie, in the heart of Middle Maine. There are 78 apartments, 41 studios, and 39 one-bedrooms at Fallkill. There's a common room in each building, as well as a laundry room and offices for on-site care and building management. 6 of the apartments are fully adapted for those with mobility impairments, and 4 of the apartments are adapted for those with an audio or visual impairment. Each space has an 8 by 4 foot window that lets in huge amounts of natural light. The units are spacious and each has a generous amount of storage space. All of the finishes, the flooring, the cabinets, countertops, appliances, signage, and paint colors were chosen with great attention and care, personally by Krista and I. Well, actually, not all of the paint colors. We polled our residents and shelter guests, who all got to vote on the accent colors you see in the halls and the stairs. The first floor is a vibrant blue, the second floor green, third floor is yellow, and the fourth is my favorite, a vibrant red. Since the beginning, our goal for Fallkill was exactly the same as why we believe HRH exists, to improve lives and communities. As we develop real estate, whether it be through rehab or new construction, all of us at Hudson River Housing dream of what the end result will be. We have high expectations for our buildings. We want them to have a positive impact on the neighborhood and on the community. And we want to create places that have the capacity to change lives. The construction of Fallkill began on November 1st, 2018, and concluded on March 30th, 2020. Those 18 months were by no means a walk in the park. Quite the contrary, actually, as we faced obstacles that sometimes seemed insurmountable. But with our general contractor turned construction right by our side, we faced those challenges together and found solutions every step of the way. And when it was done and we stood back and looked at Fallkill Commons, complete and ready to accept new residents from all walks of life, we were proud. Proud that all the time, energy, and resources that went into every detail of the design and development of this place paid off with a beautiful and comfortable, highly energy efficient finished product. We were grateful and proud of our funding partners and supporters, and especially proud of the high caliber design team that we had assembled, who assisted us in making this dream become a reality. We were proud of this place and the space that we have created. Now fast forward a couple of days. Nothing could have prepared us for the reactions of our tenants as they moved in. "Holy Moses, this is all mine," said Francine as she entered her apartment for the first time. "I can't believe it. I'm going to cry. If it weren't for social distancing, I would hug you right now," said Simon as he surveyed his new surroundings. "I hope this is permanent housing because I never want to leave here," Raymond expressed as he kissed the floor. And there are 75 more stories of similar gratitude, gratefulness, and grace. And we couldn't be more pleased that our new residents have safe and secure places to call their own and to call home.
Oh my God.
Welcome home, Simon.
Oh my God. This is unbelievable. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Now social distancing.
I know, if we couldn't.
Fallkill is pretty amazing, right? I want to take this moment to especially recognize Mary Ling for her exceptionally hard work bringing this project to fruition. From the very beginning with the complex funding applications all the way through construction, and now with lease up, Mary was right there making sure everything was running smoothly. Our entire team really came together. We have so many people to thank, including our whole development team and our construction partner, Kearney Realty and Turn Construction. There are so many people to recognize for this wonderful success, and we are truly grateful. It was so rewarding and fun to take part in some of the move-ins myself, to meet the amazing people that are living there, hear their stories, and share in their joy of having a new place to call home. We were able to talk in more depth with some of the new residents and hope to share even more details of the Fallkill opening at our wind chill dinner in the fall. I hope you enjoyed the mini tours of our work and what life has been like for HRH lately. We may not all be in the same boat, but we are definitely weathering this storm together. In the span of these 8 weeks, this crisis has really exposed the true scope of homelessness and just how precarious so many families are who are just a paycheck away from a real crisis. It has also made us even more aware of our dependence on our immigrant community, the backbone of our services, along with the many minimum wage earners who are putting others ahead of their own needs in order to keep our critical services going. We have to come together to support our local economy, and this is our opportunity to do so. All of us at Hudson River Housing are proud to be community responders, now and always, and most importantly, to envision what our future can and must look like when we get beyond this crisis. Safe and affordable housing for all, and equitable opportunities so that all our neighbors and neighborhoods have the tools to succeed and to thrive. Congratulations again to our 2020 community builders, and special congrats to my great friend and colleague, our first ever staff community builder, Nicole Johannesson. And again, thank you to the many sponsors and supporters that make our work possible. Last but certainly not least, a very special thank you to all of you for joining us on this new virtual adventure this evening. Please now enjoy a special musical treat provided by our very own board member, Tim McQueen, and the amazingly talented Poughkeepsie's own Ilharmonic. Please stay healthy and be well.
Hi guys, we are Ilharmonic. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is the Hudson River Housing
Evening at Home online event.
We hope everyone is doing well out there during these difficult times, and we hope to bring you some joy through this uplifting music.
I'm Rosie, this is Jasmine, and this is Mike on the keys.
We hope you enjoy.
Up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without more love bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be got you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely. We also want to give a shout out to our essential workers who are on the front lines.
Now, this is a fundraising event, so anything that you can donate to this organization will benefit a lot of people.
I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Comfortably indulging and trying to get to know me. I'm just an outline of what I used to be, constantly evolving, steadily revolving. Confidently lost. I don't need you to find me. You don't define me. I am confidently lost. I don't need you to find me, 'cause I'm not hiding of hope and meditation, love, imagination, water, my creation. Baby, it's amazing, all the things I'm facing. Nothing seems to faze me, 'cause I am confidently lost. I don't need you to find me, 'cause I'm not hiding about where I've gone, where I'm going, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Thinking about where I'm from, if I belong here, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I am confidently lost. I don't need you to find me, 'cause I'm not hiding
Sabrina Claudio, Confidently Lost.
what you say, but I hate you on most days. You've been testing my faith and my patience, and you know that I'll be headstrong, but you know that you'll be dead wrong, telling me to relax when I'm reacting. But I'd rather fight than lose sleep at night. At least you're all mine. And if I had to choose my heart or you, I'm gonna lose, yeah. What if nothing ever will change? Oh, I'm caught between your love and a hard place. Oh, I wish there was a right way. I'm caught between your love and a hard place. Oh, have a choice when I'm gonna have to pick my poison. Yeah, it hurts me so good, it's so good. And even when you cause tears, you're the one who wipes them away. Maybe that's the reason I stay. But I'd rather fight than lose sleep at night. At least you're all mine. If I had to choose my heart or you, I'm gonna lose. What if nothing ever will change? I'm caught between your love and a hard place. Oh, I wish there was a right way. I'm caught between your love and a hard place. Oh, 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 oh. What if nothing ever will change? I'm caught between your love and a hard place. Oh, I wish there was a right way, yeah. I'm caught between your love and a hard place. Hold me and squeeze me. Sometimes we say things that we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more than stand out. I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are, a little insecure. But oh, you is a shining star. I wanna spend my nights with you, my life with you. Oh, baby, babe, please wait up for me till whenever I get home. You're all alone, thinking about what you gon' do. I hope that you see it through. And are you gonna love me? Are you gonna hold me and squeeze me? And are you gonna love me? Are you gonna hold me and squeeze me? Sometimes think so much, overthinking, understanding. Don't let them feel it. Change it all, I wanna spend my nights with you, my life with you. Oh baby, babe, please wait up for me till whenever I get home. I know that you're all alone, thinking about what you're gonna do. I hope that you see it through. Gonna love me, you're gonna wanna hold me and squeeze me. And you're gonna love me, you're gonna wanna hold me and squeeze me.
Sing along if you know this next one. These are hard times for everyone. You are not alone.
Woke up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds, each by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. About a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright, alright.
We're gonna pick it up a little bit.
They told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we get it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on, tell me their favorite song. Just go ahead, let your head down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
Blue as the sky, sunburnt and lonely, sipping tea on the bar by the roadside.
Just relax, just relax.
Don't you let those other boys
Fool you.
Gotta love that afro hairdo. Maybe sometimes we figure it all out, but it's alright.
The more things seem to change,
the more they stay the same. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on, tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dream. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere.
kept me awake. Those nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer? Do what you want to, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
We want to give a shout out to some of the 2020 community builders who won awards. Ann Saylor, Jeff Amon, the Flowers family, Karamia Bakiochi, Holy Trinity Church and School, and Nicole Johansson, who was the first ever staff awardee. Congratulations. We know this time has been very tough on everyone, us included, so we wanted to end off our set today with a song that is uplifting to hopefully bring you guys some joy during these hard times. And what a better time than to be optimistic.
As long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. As long as you keep your head to the sky, be optimistic. When in the midst of sorrow, you can't see up when you're looking down. A brighter day tomorrow will bring. Yeah, yeah. You hear the voice of reason telling you this cannot weigh me down. No matter how hard reality seems, just hold on to your dreams. Don't give up and don't give in. Although it seems you never win, you will always pass the test. As long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. As long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. As long as you keep your head to the sky, be optimistic. If things around you crumble, no, you don't have to stumble and fall. Just look ahead and you'll be inspired to reach higher and higher. You will always do your best if you learn to never say never. You may be down, but you're not out, and that's when I will lift you up. Don't give up and don't give in. Although it seems you never win, you will always pass the test. As long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. As long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. As long as you keep your head to the sky, be optimistic.
We want to take this time to once again thank all of our healthcare workers, all of these important people who are out on the front lines fighting for us to end this pandemic. We love you. We are with you. You are not alone.